Imagine right now, a man in a perfectly tailored Italian suit walks up to you. He carries a heavy leather briefcase, he snaps the latches open, and inside are stacks of crisp, uncirculated $100 bills. Exactly $1 million. He slides the case toward you and says, "This is yours. No strings attached. You don't have to pay it back. You don't have to commit a crime. Just take the money, but there is one tiny catch. The moment your fingers touch that leather handle, you instantly turn 80 years old. Your skin becomes as thin as parchment paper, your knees ache with the slightest movement. Your vision clouds over, and most of your friends and family are already gone. Would you take the $1 million? 99% of people would say no. And that is the most important lesson of your life. You just admitted that the time you have right now, your youth, your energy, your ability to simply breathe deeply and run down the street is worth more than $1 million. But here is the irony. While you are watching this video, you are making that trade anyway. Every single day that you do not invest, every day you spend money on nonsense just to impress people you don't even like, you are selling your time. You are trading your best years for nothing. My name is Ben, and today I am going to show you the procrastination tax, why your bank account is actually a time machine, and how to stop stealing from your future self for a moment of dopamine today. Let us be honest, we were taught to work for money, but we were never taught to make money work for us. The entire world is designed to keep you as a consumer. The system wants you to see $5 and think, "Oh, that is just a coffee." It wants you to see $1,000 and think, "Oh, that is just a new phone on a payment plan." But millionaires see the world differently. They don't see $5 as $5. They see it as a seed. If you plant that seed today, 30 years from now, it grows into a massive oak tree. But if you eat the seed or drink it in the form of a latte, the tree never exists. The problem is that our human brains are not wired to understand exponential growth. Evolution taught us to think linearly, 1 + 1 = 2. 2 + 2 = 4, but wealth is created through compounding. Wealth is when 1 becomes 2, 2 becomes 4 becomes 16, and 16 becomes 256. Most people quit because their tree is still small. They look at their investment account after 1 year and see an extra $100. They think, "I sacrificed my lifestyle for this, it isn't worth it." And they chop the tree down at the roots. They don't realize that 90% of the magic happens in the last 10% of the time. If you want the shade of the oak tree when you are 50, you have to protect the sapling when you are 20. Oh, understand the procrastination tax. We need to look at two friends, Alex and Ben. Alex is 20 years old. He is a regular guy, but he understands the power of the clock. He decides to invest just $100 every single month. That is less than $7 a day, the price of a fast food meal. He puts this money into a total market index fund with an average annual return of 10%. Alex does this for only 10 years. By the time he is 30, he has invested a total of $24,000. At age 30, he stops. He never puts in another cent for the rest of his life. He just lets the money sit there and grow. Now let us look at Ben. Ben thought he was invincible at 20. He said, "I'll start investing when I make more money. Right now, I need to live my life." Ben waits until he is 30 to start. He realizes he is behind, so he invests the same $200 a month. But unlike Alex, Ben doesn't stop after 10 years. Ben keeps investing $200 every single month for 35 years, all the way until he is 65. Who do you think has more money at retirement? Ben invested for 35 years. Alex only invested for 10, yet, when they both turned 65, Alex, who stopped at age 30, has over $1 million to $100,000. Ben, who worked and saved for 35 years, has only about $700,000. Alex invested $24,000 total and became a millionaire. Ben invested $84,000 total, 3 times more than Alex, and ended up with $500,000 less. Because Alex gave his money more time, that 10-year head start is worth more than a lifetime of hard work. If time is so valuable, why is it so hard to save it? Because you are living in a digital minefield. 20 years ago, if you wanted to spend money, you had to physically go to a store and take a piece of paper out of your wallet. There was friction. Today, that friction is gone. We have one-click ordering and face scans that approve a $1,000 purchase in half a second. This is financial doping. Tech companies hire neuroscientists to find the exact dopamine triggers in your brain that make you click order. When you spend money digitally, your brain doesn't register it as a loss. It registers it as a win. But every time you click that button for something you don't need, you are literally clicking a button that ages you. You are choosing to work an extra hour, an extra day, or an extra year at a job you might hate, just to have a plastic object delivered to your door tomorrow. The average person spends 40% more when using a digital wallet. To be wealthy, you have to put the friction back in. We have talked about how compound interest can be your best friend, but we have to talk about its twin brother, the one who wants to see you in chains. That is debt. If investing is the time machine that moves you forward, then high-interest debt is the anchor that keeps you stuck in the past. When you carry a balance on a credit card with a 24% interest rate, you aren't just paying for what you bought yesterday. You are literally selling your future labor to a bank. Think about this. If you owe $5,000 on a credit card at 24% and you only pay the minimum, it will take you over 20 years to pay it off. And you will end up paying nearly $15,000 for that original $5,000 purchase. That is 15 years of your life spent working for a bank's profit margin. This is the negative time machine. While the investor is getting richer while they sleep, the person in debt is getting poorer while they sleep. Every morning you wake up with debt, you start the day in a hole. You have to work the first 4 hours of your day just to pay the interest, not even the debt itself. To be like Ben, you must realize that escaping debt is the same as getting a guaranteed 24% return on your money. There is a secret variable in the wealth equation that most financial gurus completely ignore. It is your physical health. Think about it. What is the point of compounding your money for 40 years if you aren't physically capable of enjoying it when you reach the finish line? If you spend your youth grinding 18 hours a day, eating processed garbage, and never sleeping, you are taking out a high-interest loan on your body. And just like a credit card, your body will eventually demand payment. In the world of Ben, we treat our health as our primary investment vehicle. If you are fit, energetic, and mentally sharp, you can work longer, think clearer, and make better decisions. A medical crisis in your 50s can wipe out 30 years of careful investing in a single month. When you invest in a gym membership or high-quality food, you aren't spending money. You are protecting your most important asset. You are ensuring that when that compound interest finally hits the $1 million mark, you are actually there to witness it. Money is just a tool, but your body is the hand that uses the tool. Don't let the tool outlast the hand. While you are trying to build your time machine, there is a thief lurking in the shadows, slowly picking your pocket every single second. This thief is called inflation. Most people think that keeping their money in a traditional savings account is safe. They see their balance stay the same and they feel secure, but safe is the most dangerous word in finance. If the cost of living is rising at 5% per year and your bank is paying you 0.1% interest, you are losing money. In 10 years, your $100 will still look like $100 on the screen, but it will only buy $60 worth of groceries. You are being taxed for doing nothing. This is why you cannot afford not to take risks. In the modern world, sitting still is the same as moving backward. To beat the silent thief, you have to outpace it. You have to move your money from dying assets like cash into living assets that grow faster than the central banks can print new currency. If you don't understand inflation, you are playing a game where the rules are rigged against you. Before you can invest $500 a month, you have to earn it. And the fastest way to increase your investment capital isn't by picking a lucky stock, it is by increasing your earning capacity. I call this the skill stack. Your income is a direct reflection of the difficulty of the problems you can solve. If you only have one skill, you are a commodity, you are easily replaced. But if you stack skills, if you learn marketing, plus data analysis, plus public speaking, you become a category of one. The return on investment for a $500 course that teaches you a high-value skill can be 10,000%. That is a return that no stock market in history can match. While you are waiting for your time machine to compound, you should be obsessively upgrading the machine that makes the money. The more you learn, the more you earn. And the more you earn, the more fuel you can pour into your compound interest engine. Don't just watch the market, make the market watch you. Most people are poor because they don't know the definition of two simple words, asset and liability. A liability is anything that takes money out of your pocket. That shiny new truck with the 80-month payment plan, that is a liability. That designer bag that loses half its value the moment you leave the store, that is a liability. An asset is anything that puts money into your pocket. A stock that pays a dividend is an asset. A piece of real estate that brings in rent is an asset. A business that runs without you is an asset. The middle class spends their life collecting liabilities that they think are assets. They buy a bigger house than they need, fill it with things they don't use, and wonder why they are stressed about money at the end of the month. They are rich poor, they look wealthy on Instagram, but their net worth is zero or negative. To win the game, you must have a bias for assets. Every time you have $100, ask yourself, is this going to feed me, or am I going to have to feed it? If you buy an asset, it feeds you for life. If you buy a liability, you have to work to keep it alive. Ben doesn't buy toys with his labor, Ben buys assets, and then his assets buy his toys. You've heard the latte factor before. Ben, a coffee isn't going to make me a millionaire, you might say. And you are right, one coffee, one tea, but the habit of the coffee will destroy you. It is not about the caffeine, it is about the future value of that money. If you spend $5 a day on a habit, that is $150 a month. If you are 20 years old and you invested that instead, by the time you are 65, that habit has cost you over $1.5 million. People get defensive. They say, I want to enjoy my life now. This is a false choice. You don't have to choose between a miserable youth and a wealthy old age. You have to choose between mindless consumption and intentional wealth. The Ben strategy is the 1-to-1 rule. For every dollar you spend on a wanted drink, a video game, a luxury shirt, you must put $1 into your investment account. If you can afford to invest $5, you can afford the $5 coffee. This rule changes your psychology from a spender to an owner. There's a silent killer of wealth, social comparison. We live in the first era where we compare our behind the scenes to everyone else as highlight reel. You see a 22-year-old on TikTok in front of a private jet, and your brain says, I am falling behind. I need to spend money to look successful, but most of what you see online is a lie. That car is a rental, that jet is parked, and the person inside it is often drowning in debt. They are trading their entire future for a few thousand likes from strangers. If you spend your youth trying to look rich, you will spend your old age being actually poor. But if you spend your youth being invisible, living below your means, driving the older car, you will spend the rest of your life being independently wealthy. True wealth is quiet. It is the peace of mind knowing that if you lost your job tomorrow, you would be fine for years. You aren't playing the who looks the best game, you are playing the who is the freest game. And in that game, the person with the most time wins. So, how do you stop the clock? How do you win the $1 million bet without being 80 years old? Step 1. Automate the future. Your spender brain is stronger than your willpower. Set up an automatic transfer the day your paycheck hits. If you never see the money, you never miss it. Step 2. Understand the rule of 72. Divide 70 to by your interest rate. If you get a 10% return, your money doubles every 7.2 years. The biggest doubles happen at the end. The jump from age 55 to 62 will earn you more than the previous 35 years combined. Step 3. Kill the lifestyle creep. When your income goes up, your lifestyle should stay the same for at least 1 year. Take that entire raise and throw it into the time machine. We started this video with a choice, $1 million for your youth. You said no, but now you see the truth. Every day you spend without a plan, you are saying yes to that man in the Italian suit. You are giving away your time, bit by bit, for things that will be in a landfill in 5 years. Wealth isn't about having a Ferrari. Wealth is the ability to wake up in the morning and say, I can do whatever I want today. You are currently holding the most valuable asset in the universe, time. It is a diminishing resource. Don't wait for the perfect time to start. The perfect time was 10 years ago. The second best time is right now. Open the account, set the transfer, plant the seed, stop being a guest in the economy and start being an owner. Because 80-year-old you is watching you right now through the screen of time. They are pleading with you to make the right choice. Don't let them down. If you want to know the exact funds I used to build this time machine, click the video on the screen right now. My name is Ben, and I am here to help you win your freedom back. I'll see you in the next one.